Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today, Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene are in a little hissy fit, as you can see
Looks like
here.
they're having a tiff.
She's now on the Thomas Massey blacklist here, as you can see here. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a disgrace to our great Republican Party. The great Republican
Marjorie
Party.
Taylor Greene is a disgrace, and I spelled her last name wrong because that's what she deserves. Shut up, Jordan. Sit down. You're gay.
So we will go over things surrounding that, as well as some more Trump and Epstein stuff, where something about blowing Bubba. The fuck is that? But first, don't forget to share support.
He gave Bill Clinton oral sex.
And that's what Kyle's been spamming. Just all the meme jokes he can find. It's called Kyle fighting for freedom and integrity.
It's called a giant fucking distraction because that just doesn't even seem real. I don't know. It's so stupid. It's too stupid for words.
Either way, I must cover
Very
it.
stupid.
But before I get started...
No, I just mean, like, in my opinion, it seems like, because that's what is the most outlandish thing that you can throw out that, like, people just are not going to want to talk about. No one wants to think about Donald Trump sucking Bill Clinton's dick. Nobody. You don't want that image in your head.
Except for Kyle. He wants video.
Well, yeah, and for the political points, yes. But I just mean, like, I feel like just regular people will be like, you know what? These Epstein files, I'm good.
Either way.
Lock him back up. Hide them.
Either way.
It wouldn't be the first time that Donald's taken an interest in somebody else's penis. Ask Arnold Palmer.
Oh, my God. Either way, we will look into this. But before I get started, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. All opinions are welcome. All of them. Just nothing pornographic or grotesque. Like a video of Trump blowing Bill Clinton. And most importantly, you see all these tabs open. They will all be linked in the description box for you to look at on your own if you don't want to hear our opinions for some reason. There you go. All right. So, naturally, start the video with something else besides the topics we're going over. And here we have Matt Walsh, Human Fence. Matt Walsh. He's gonna have something to say. Let's hear it. Here it is. Here we go.
What we want is for someone to unashamedly and single-mindedly advocate for Americans and Americans only. We want someone to say, you know, the only thing I care about is helping Americans. The only people I care about in the world are Americans. And we don't want to just hear that, but we want to see the action taken as well. You know, I've seen some people on social media say, hey, it's America first, but not America only. I disagree. I think it is America only. It's like I said months ago, I consider myself an American chauvinist. America first, America only. I'm an American chauvinist. I don't care about it. This is the only thing I care about. America should be the only thing you care about, especially as a leader of the country. What we want...
Okay. Funny enough, Chris Rock made a movie. I guess it's mostly comedy, but there's some political stuff in it. And one of the slogans for one of the candidates, I think it was Lewis, it was the guy's name. His slogan was, God bless America and nowhere else. And that's kind of
what about right.
And it's like, this is why I call these guys devil worshippers. It's because there is no real love for this Christ figure or a loving God. It's like, where's that at? Where's that in your fucking actions when you talk to the world? I don't fucking hear it. I hear statements like Christ is king. I love Jesus. As a Christian, I hear that all day and night. But do I actually hear an actual care about the tenets of what those things mean? Fuck no. Instead, it's not just America first, it's America only, which is, I would say, hyper anti-Christian, actually. Like hyper. Now, is this okay. Jordan is this Jordan advocating for us to, gallivant around the world, destroying places, interfering? No. But
yes.
I'm not saying that. But as a person, as a Jordan, I will care about people all over the entire planet that I've never met before. I can't speak their language. I can still care about them the way I think that Jesus guy might care about them. and these guys tell
Yeah,
you
how
not to care about them. So it's okay when they
dare you
get blown up.
advocate for being nice to people, Jordan? That's just horrible.
Well, the
And
thing is, Matt Walsh doesn't even fucking know what his country does, right? He doesn't even fucking know about it, right? So when someone gets blown up, in Gaza, but the bomb says "Made in the USA," they're like, "Well, we didn't shoot that bomb, so what? Like America only." Not realizing
fucking, you
the amount
remember
of
that
crimes
fucking Nine
committed.
Inch Nails song, Jordan? Traded in my God for this one. He signs his name with a capital G.
Oh shit! No, I have not heard
Yeah,
that song.
yeah, capital G. It's off the fucking Year Zero album.
Fair enough. Not a. It's gonna be a pause no matter what. I won't say it. I won't say it. But I'm not. I don't really know
Just say
Nine Inch
Trent
Nails
Reznor.
music too much, except for that Tron movie and Seven and something else. That's it. Wasn't he in that movie? That movie with Aaliyah, the vampire movie?
Queen
I
of the
think
Damned.
isn't that his song in that movie or their song?
I want to say yes. That's a deep cut in my fucking memory bank you're making, Jordan.
I'm just saying. But
Are you
either
talking
way,
about Romeo Must Die?
no.
Classic. A classic.
Isn't that her movie?
Hold your L in silence, please. We're recording a video, okay? Romeo Must
Is that
Die.
not her vampire movie?
No,
That she
Queen,
was in?
that's
Romeo
Queen of
Must
the
Die, a
Damned.
vampire movie? Are you trolling? She's
Fuck.
trolling.
I swear to God, it was like a vampire Shakespeare movie.
Queen
Am I
of the
remembering that wrong?
Damned. How many times do I gotta say it? Do I gotta spell it?
There's like a
No, I'm
modicum
saying
of fun in something. She's just unaware of it. She has no idea what it is.
I'm
Music,
just asking, is that
sports,
not the movie?
movies.
What is that movie about? Is it just a regular Shakespeare Romeo? I thought it was like a merging. Why was there
No.
blood?
It's a reimagination of the classic Romeo and Juliet story through, Jet Li and Aaliyah, I think, right? Whatever.
Perfect. It was
But I
perfect.
thought there was vampires. No?
Great
No.
writing.
I don't know why I thought there were.
Anyways, this notion of America only coming from this fucking guy, I'm telling you, you don't want that fucking Kool-Aid. Stay away from that Kool-Aid, in my humble opinion. The guy screams plastic. He screams on like a you could say a fence sitter, but he might just be the fence itself. He's like that level of trash to me.
Jordan,
And
calling Matt Walsh plastic is an offense to polystyrene everywhere.
I just think it's a shame that people are gonna go with that, thinking like while also ignoring like, okay, America only. Let's go through our entire foreign policy, Matt Walsh. Let's go through every little thing we do outside of America, and then he's gonna realize, fuck, we can't do that. We can't be America only based on all the investments in all these areas. If he wants America to run the way it runs, Matt Walsh, he would have to trade in the entirety of the foreign policy, all of it. But guess what? He goes on the show. He doesn't cover a fucking second of it at all. He doesn't cover any of it. So this is a bullshit thing to try to one up maybe like the Nick Fuentes people out there, the Groypers and the Tucker Carlsons and all that shit. I don't buy it.
Nobody said political commentators had to be smart.
We see the living proof basically every day on this fucking channel. But either way, let's move on to this from DD Geopolitics, where they're reading or
DDP?
they're doing an assessment of obviously the leaked emails of Jeffrey Epstein, and this is between Jeffrey Epstein, and Mark Epstein, his brother, I believe. And
Yeah, that's his brother, I'm pretty sure.
And we're gonna let them go through the exchange here. Here we go. Ask him if Putin has photos of Trump blowing Bubba. This email is one of the wildest pieces of Epstein files so far, not because of a single gotcha, but because of the tone. Epstein's brother casually asks, what is your boy Donald up to now?
I gotta stop you for a moment there, Jordan. These are from some emails That came out of Jeffrey Epstein's estate, so this isn't anything that's in the fucking files that are supposed to be on Pam Bundy's desk.
Yes. Yes.
But they're still, I would argue that they're pretty closely related.
Yes. And released by at least the Democrat side of the oversight committee. Let's keep reading here. That's not how you talk about someone you barely know. That's how you talk. That's how you talk when a person is inside your orbit and familiar. Pause.
Oh.
I would agree. I agree. It could be a sign of like fuck Trump or I love Trump, right? Most likely, it's like, yo, go fuck yourself, Donald Trump.
Either way,
yeah,
it implies a degree of familiarity.
and care about the person, right? I care to shit on you, right? Okay, then there's this.
Pause.
Ask him if
Oh.
Putin, ask him if Putin
Vince
has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba.
Oh.
Now say it, James.
Vince McMahon pause.
So we have Bubba. Apparently, is a well-known nickname of Bill Clinton. They're joking about compromat. The fuck? Compromat involving Trump and possibly Clinton, like it's everyday small talk.
Compromising material, I think that's supposed to mean.
Okay, is it like a different language or something? Just fucking Greek or something? Whatever.
I don't know, maybe it sounds like fucking made up Russian or whatever the fuck. I'm
Fair
not
enough.
entirely sure.
And Epstein replies with a Yiddish phrase, "usuris," meaning trouble. Again, the kind of shorthand used among people who know each other extremely well. Then the kicker. All good, Bannon with me. Steve Bannon, physically with Epstein. Now, I don't know if he means he's on my team or I'm with him in person. Like, that's from me reading through this, but don't worry, it'll be linked so you can read it yourself. But
Isn't Steve Bannon sitting upon like hours and hours of
yes.
audio tapes when he was talking to Epstein about something?
Yes, allegedly, because he was like a crisis manager for Epstein, right? That's as far as I understand. Like, I don't think he's a lawyer, but I think he does like PR-ish style things for people in a shit spot like Epstein clearly was.
Well, Steve Bannon's a filmmaker first and foremost. Not a very good one.
Don't
but
insult filmmaking like that. Don't you dare do that.
I just said not a very good one.
Whatever.
In fact, you could make a compelling argument that he's so fucking ass at it.
A propagandist.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. But all right, let's read the rest. Put all this together, and you get a picture the Trump camp desperately wants people to ignore. Epstein's circle did not see Trump as a distant acquaintance. They talked about him like someone in the network, someone they had access to, someone they could discuss casually, intimately, even mockingly. And now Trump is online screaming Epstein hoax while vowing to sick his own DOJ on Epstein's enemies, the same enemies Epstein privately talked about for years. And that leads, is it this one? Yes. And here is Trump when he was saying, "Oh, it's all a hoax. Leave it alone. Nobody cares about this. We released all the files. We gave you the fucking jail cell video. We forgot about the missing minute. We gave it back to you. Leave the story alone. I'm trying to save the world, guys." Right? He goes from that to now let's turn it on, as the other post said, our political enemies, aka the Democrats, right?
Note that now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try to deflect from their disastrous shutdown and other failures. That's what we call a suspiciously specific denial. How's that for a fucking tongue twister?
Fair enough. And you can see White House Trump administration whipping boy Benny Johnson here. I don't know why people trust this fool, but he's kind of playing the fence as well. But I feel as though I understand what side of the fence he's on. Just like Matt Walsh, who's a little bit more mysterious, but Benny Johnson for sure. He's on a team, and he's the guy he's one of the guys that gets the phone call. Say, all right, listen, Benny boy, You gotta stop talking about the Epstein stuff, okay? Leave it alone. Stop talking about it. Just like Charlie Kirk was. Another little White House whipping boy. It is what it is,
Charlie
guys.
Kirk said that he was going to trust his friends in the government.
Yeah.
That still lives in my head rent free.
It's like, this is the opposite of how you would conduct an investigation. Once again, I understand it's Trump. We know he's full of shit. He's fucking corrupt. We understand that. But at the same time, like, you have to go over that on the surface stuff where it's like, you don't premeditatedly say, go after these guys during an investigation. You're supposed to find evidence of things and then follow the trail. Follow where it leads you to. But of course, he openly says, we're going to do things as corrupt and shitty as possible. We're going to, let's say, I will be asking AG Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan Chase, and many other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam. Like, now he's like saying it's like fake, with all arrows pointing to the Democrats. Records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned. And it's like, first of all, he doesn't write these, right? Trump doesn't write these. He just signs off on them. Says, okay, yeah, okay, that's good enough.
Thank
Also,
you for your attention to this matter.
Also, I believe he was having a meeting as all this was going down. I think he was having an actual meeting with J.P. Morgan Chase, and I think there's another, maybe it was Goldman Sachs or something, but he's actually like shitting on them while also meeting with them. Meaning,
Yeah, wasn't he having a bunch of people over at Mar-a-Lago at some like fucking great Gatsby ass dinner party?
Yeah, that was the Halloween joint where they ask girls to dress half naked and sit in like giant martini glasses for hours on end because fun. It's fun, It's very comfortable
Clearly.
inside that giant martini glass. Time of your life. Don't smear the glass. Listen, honey, don't smear the glass. Don't smear it. Don't touch it. Just shake what your mother gave you. Just do that.
Oh shit! Take it all.
But yeah, this is the opposite of what an investigation would sound like or look like. And honest to God, it's flailing. This he's flailing because
Actually, you know what, Jordan? Since James just invoked the Tim Pool voice, how long you think it'll be before the fucking Beanie Boy gets invited?
to what, the White House? He's already been.
Oh no, to fucking Mar-a-Lago.
He's probably already been there too. Listen, we know where Timmy's at as well. What's quote unquote side of the fence he's on. And I don't mean Republican Democrat. I mean full of shit. He's on the full of shit side of the fence. Let's put it that way. And along with Benny Boy and Donald Trump and all these other motherfuckers, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, these are desperate attempts because the story won't go away. And when I said in the beginning of the year, I think I said it all the way back in fucking like January or February. I think maybe a little bit later, maybe March or something. I'm like, this guy might go down. Not in actuality, but as far as popular opinion goes, might go down as one of the worst presidents of all time. Like, just from optics alone.
The shit that he did in his last term alone already had a lot of like academics and historians labeling him as among the very worst presidents this country's ever had.
Well, those guys are idiots. I'm going by regular ass motherfucker standards, right? They're looking at this and they're saying there's no wins for them. It's just more L's he's throwing on top of the pile. Like, this is not going like I said, if he's meeting with J.P. Morgan and Chase, that means most likely this quote unquote investigation into them will lead to nothing. He's just doing this to get you to shut up and also defend himself from all these attacks, right? Just on the start. That's what it looks like. And
Shut up, Jordan. You're gay.
now, going after Thomas Massey is one thing. But once it turns to Marjorie Taylor Greene, where there's a lot of people that like her, and in fact, increasingly on the quote-unquote other team, right, the left, more and more people are starting to like her. And then Trump's going after one of their fucking America Firsters. That doesn't bow down to Israel, He's
Oh,
American
God.
first. America first. Right?
This fucking Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries have routinely shown us there's an ocean of difference between the Democrats and the left.
Wow. Yeah.
The sooner those two get fucking kicked out of office, the longer we all get to live.
Well, unfortunately, the voter base is still snoozing, as usual. But
They all went to sleep.
let's continue here. As you can see here, I'm just like, fuck this guy. I'm just going to read through this. Sorry for how... you should be able to see that. YouTube land. You should be able to see that. All right. I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman... Why do you put it in quotes? Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements, like randomly capitalized record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory on the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes, no men and women's sports, or transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 fucking wars, rebuilding our
Probably not all the
military,
greatest hits. Holy shit.
being respected by every country in the world as opposed to being the laughingstock that we were just 12 months ago. You better look again. He's once again, he didn't write this, right? Someone's lying on his behalf. He just says, okay, go ahead. Having
Dictated but not read.
Yeah. Having trillions of dollars, record-setting, invested in the USA, and having created the hottest country anywhere in the world from being a dead country just 12 months ago. As I don't know why, like him and Rubio keep using this, like we're the hottest country in the world right now. Like what? You guys are like weirdos.
I think they're trying to tell us something.
Yeah, but it's trash. Anyways, all I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance, unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has told many people that she is upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore. But with 219 congressmen and women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead, I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. Like, it's just, once again, just the imagery of the Trump guy, because once again, he doesn't write this. The imagery of it is that you're okay with being the laughingstock. You're okay with being a fucking joke. It's okay if, people throw rotten tomatoes at Trump, as long as we're getting the actual agenda in the background done. That's what I pick up from this. So you can take one of the most popular, actually the two most popular Republicans, actually three, right? Massey, Rand Paul, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Can say, I'm gonna fucking send money to your opponents to go against you. I'm not gonna endorse you. I'm gonna do everything I can to get you out of office. Right? Three of the most popular Republicans in the country.
Or your worst enemy.
And it's like, it's politically, I'm sure plenty of these commentators are like, Trump, you're hurting yourself politically. He doesn't care. He's going to leave office, have private security, chill out on the fucking beach or some fucking, penthouse he owns or whatever the fuck, right? Mar-a-Lago. Whatever. And have more, masquerade fucking parties. He's chilling. He's just doing the job that he was hired to do, which is to sink the fucking country as much as he can. When I say country, I don't mean the government and money and all that shit. I mean trying to make you guys worse people. Thus the term devil worshippers. They want to terraform the fucking planet in their own image, which is what? Murder, brutality, but with a nice smile on its face. That is his job, along with other countries, other politicians. Hey, it is what it is. It's like it seems pretty clear to me now that this guy doesn't act like. I mean, well, it was already known to me, but like Trump fans, here's your IQ test. Everyone that you guys go out there screaming you love, he's shitting on. He's treating Marjorie Taylor Greene the same as Zoran Mamdani. They're being treated equally, like the same.
Wonder how long it'll be before he starts calling Marjorie Taylor Greene a communist plant.
I think he calls her on the left in one of these things.
Does he?
I believe so. Actually, it says it right here.
I couldn't write this. I'm sorry. I couldn't write this. This is too good.
Look at this. Look at this. I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia. That they too are fed up with her and her antics. What was her antics? Complaining about blowing up children in Gaza. Right? Once again, she may have ulterior motives, but like on the surface, this is what she was saying, and that's when you start shitting on her. Even though she'd go on different channels, she went on The View, right? Or she'll talk to Tucker Carlson and be like, oh, I still love Trump. I love Trump. But the policy's not so good. We need to help average Americans instead of blowing up kids across the world. Right? Simple ass shit like that. Gets the wrath of the fuckface, apparently. They will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican hating anchors. Thank you for your attention, blah, blah, blah. So
I said that like as a fucking joke or an exaggeration to make a point. I wasn't even looking at this, and guess what? Then he fucking calls her a fucking far left communist or whatever.
I mean, Trump, once again, if you're a Trump fan, like I've said this probably like at least once or twice a month, where I'm like, yo, if you guys are still Trump fans, you're a fucking idiot. Now he's like doing even more to like, he's trying to get rid of you, essentially. That's what it looks like. He's trying to get rid of you. Or acknowledge, or just say, like, I don't care about what you guys fucking think at all.
He's acting like he will never have to. He's acting like he'll never have to face people in public anymore.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's chilling, bro. He has shit tons of money. He has private security, paid for by us. He's chilling, bro. He could just disappear and then come back years later and pretend nothing happened. If he makes it that long.
Which is honestly an open question.
Yeah. Let's continue. Just another IQ test for any still hanging on Trump fans. I mean, it's clear as day. He does not give a fuck about you.
He never did. He never will. Everything with him is transactional.
I mean, listen. Yeah. It's not, I understand the ideas. Oh my God, he's a narcissist. Sure that could be the case to some degree, but like what he does for the quote unquote government is not about his narcissism at all. That's a fucking trick. You're being tricked if you think that. Because his policies reflect Barack Obama's policies. They reflect them very closely. And Biden and Bush. They reflect them very, very closely. But the character behaves differently though. He'll be more like outspoken and rambunctious, if you will, and rude and, insulting.
Yeah, he does a lot of the same fucking shit. He just sucks at hiding it.
I don't think he's hiding it though. Like it ends up seeming like a character being played. Instead of like, it's not hiding. Actually, the character that's unleashing in front of the people is actually hiding the actual policy underneath. Like, it seems that way. And if you, once again, if you get out of line, you say, hey, stop killing kids overseas. Hey, what's with these Epstein emails? Hey, what's with the subjugation of freedom of speech and hate crime laws and shit like that? What's that? You get out of line, the apparatus will try to take you down. And
I guess I have to sit down now because I'm gay.
That's this character's version of doing what Barack Obama might do, which is just quietly make phone calls in the background and say, hey guys, we need to primary her. Make sure you fund make sure you get some, puppet of a representative to go against Marjorie Taylor Greene or whoever the fuck he's looking to go after. He did it to Bernie Sanders. He did it blatantly with Bernie Sanders, right? But it was behind the scenes fucking phone calls. But hey guys,
Yep.
listen, I'll get you a spot. I'll get you a spot in the administration if you drop out of the race and endorse Joe Biden. That happened to Bernie Sanders. Trump's just his character version of that is say, "Fuck you, Marjorie, you're trash. You're gone to the left." Right? That's his version of doing the same fucking thing. He's going to make the phone calls. He's going to tell these guys to run for office. He's going to help fund them and get them get them a shit ton of, mega corporation donors and shit like that. I'm just saying.
All for a very small circle of supremely narcissistic billionaires.
I guess so.
That's where all the devil worshippers are.
I mean, I don't go too far in the conspiracy realm. It was like, what's their real motives here? But like, at this point, I leave everything on the table.
I think their motives are extremely simple and extremely obvious. They think that they're superior. They think that they're a superior category of human, and they want to stay on top. That's it.
I think that's very much a part of that, for sure.
In fact, if you strip away all the extraneous nonsense, that's really all it is. That's all it's ever been.
Fair enough. I can roll with that. I also view it as like kind of a terraforming, like, because we're your daddy and your mommy, you are our children. So we'll write laws a certain way because we can't trust you with anything. We're the more elite, we're the better, we're the more righteous, believe it or not. I bet there's a lot of people that actually think that in these certain places. I don't think Trump cares at all. I don't think he gives a fuck. There's other people that definitely believe themselves to be better, a better quality of human.
Trump definitely thinks he's more important than
oh yeah,
people like you or me.
Oh yeah, but he's not looking at it as like, your guys are my children. I need to look after you. It's more of, I don't give a fuck about them. What do you need me to do? Who am I bombing? Who am I gonna bomb? Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, but I would say probably first and foremost, they think that the masses exist to serve them, which again goes back to that streak of narcissism that I see in all these motherfuckers, because they think they're better than us.
Yeah, they have all the degrees to tell you so. But all right. Wouldn't the world be better if there's McDonald's in every nation, in every city? Like, no. Stop trying to make that happen. Fucking weirdos. But let's hear Trump in his own words. Here we go. Hopefully the audio's good.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a big ally of yours, said that she would rather see you focused on nonstop domestic policy meetings here at the White House instead of nonstop foreign policy meetings. What's your response to her saying that, and also saying that grocery prices are up and not down, as you said?
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think. But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean, we could have a world that's on fire where wars come to our shores very easily if you had a bad president.
We don't have any wars on our shores yet, but I can promise you the planet's on fucking fire.
Mm-hmm.
Russia, Ukraine, and we ended up with other disasters too. Don't forget, I put out 8 wars, 9 to come. I think I'll get the other one taken care of, but I put out 8 wars.
No, we didn't.
And look at the damage that Russia, Ukraine has done to us as a country. I mean, we spent 300.
He's ended negative 8 wars.
Any money anymore. Now they pay us.
He is causing more wars. He just bandies this lie around all the fucking time, and these state regime idiots, state regime media idiots, never fucking say anything about it.
No.
Never.
And neither do his quote-unquote opposition that's actually in office. They don't either. So, thus, the crimes will continue because, guess what? As much as Trump is helping continue on the Ukraine-Russia war, Biden was doing the same thing, and Trump before him. They've all been contributing to these events, to events like that, all over the fucking world.
I've said this 1,000 fucking times by now, but guess what? I'm going to say it 1,000 more because people need to understand. People need to hear this shit and they need to internalize it. Whoever wins that stupid war, the Ukrainian people lose.
Yeah.
because that place is getting carved the fuck up either way.
And the Russian people lose. Regular people on the planet Earth all lose. Let's just be honest. That's the game being played. You all fucking lose.
Actually, I'm glad you brought up the people of Russia, because true fact, this war, because Putin, especially because Putin has been doing a lot of conscription, so he's pressing people into service.
Okay.
This war has made him extremely unpopular with the people of Russia. They hate his fucking guts.
I don't know. I don't know because he was given justification by the actions of the U.S. and Europe. They gave him justification, right? If Russia had a certain like, okay, don't bring Ukraine into NATO, don't give them shit tons of weapons and shit like that, then we're cool. That's the idea, right? But
And that NATO expansion is actually a big part of the reason Zelensky was put there in the first place, because the guy they had before him was fostering a much closer relationship with Russia.
yeah, we can't have that, can we?
I don't know I don't profess to know what his motives are, because I'm not terribly familiar with the politics of Ukraine, but I mean, it shouldn't be surprising that a typical leader in Ukraine might want to foster closer ties with Russia, because guess what? Besides the fact that there's a large ethnic Russian population in Ukraine's territory, they're fucking neighbors. So guess what? They're gonna talk.
Yeah. And
That'd be like calling me nuts if I was president of this country and wanted to try being a little bit nicer to Canada and Mexico.
yeah, but
It's like, fuck.
But like once again, we're dealing with, let's be real, corrupt motherfuckers are the ones doing these deals back and forth with each other. It doesn't involve actual people. It's not meant to help actual people. It's for whatever reasons, and it creates a perfect kind of scenario for the fucking bomb to go off. Essentially, you keep threatening like Russia's going to invade Poland one day. They're going to invade Poland. They're going to invade Poland. So we got to arm NATO in Ukraine and fucking bolster a resistance to Russia, and Russia's over there screaming like, yeah, bro, they want to invade us. They want to invade us. Watch, they're gonna fund. They're gonna give Ukraine weapons, and NATO's gonna put more pressure on us. And then it happens. They're like, yeah, see, look, I told you. Now we gotta invade Ukraine. We gotta invade. It's like I just hear dumb. Like these people are actually dumb and pathological. Like these are crazy people. They're actually crazy.
I'm just gonna run through the two logically extreme endpoint scenarios for this whole Ukraine war. Scenario number one, Russia wins. They basically annex the entirety of Ukraine, and they fucking pilfer all the mineral resources and natural gas that's supposed to be there. So Ukraine basically doesn't exist as a country anymore. Scenario number two, the Ukrainian military and all the US-backed militias over there win. Russia gets pushed back because their fucking supply lines are horrible and haven't been cared for since the Soviet Union. But especially now, guess what? The deal on the table is that in exchange for the US helping them, our country's government gets to raid all their natural resources from now until forever. The deal on the table was, I think the US gets 50% of whatever the fuck they have over there. So guess what? That means Ukraine is basically reduced and consigned to the fate of being a fucking resource depot. It's basically a big fat strip mine. Which, guess what? The Ukrainians will basically not have a country anymore then, either.
Yeah. And also, I disagree with the first portion of what you said about Russia. If Russia, let's be real, they are, like Ukraine they're being shit on, right? They're not formidable enough to deal with Russia, right? You can give them all the fucking weapons you want. They're still getting wrecked by Russia, and Russia keeps eating up more and more territory.
Well, that's why I said that's the logic. That's why I said that I'm taking these two scenarios to their logical extremes.
Yeah, but
And I do have to be real, Russia does have a lot of very badly aged supply lines and shit. A lot of stuff that was left over from the Soviet days that got left to collect dust and rust.
yeah, but let's be real, they probably have some shit too that they don't even need to use because they're just overwhelming Ukraine. But once again, if
Well, yeah,
they
right.
run
For
over
the moment,
Ukraine,
for the moment, they can smother Ukraine just through sheer numbers.
yeah, and yeah, uh, the if Russia runs over Ukraine, as far as I understand, that they'd go so far into the western parts of Ukraine that they're basically next to Poland, which will give, once again, NATO, the U.S., and the EU more of an excuse to ramp up things with Russia. Like, look, they're trying to go into Poland now. See, and I'll give
Because
them
if
the
they get,
excuse to increase tensions even
if they get,
more.
because if they get into Poland, that also puts them in striking distance of fucking basically all the former Yugoslav republics.
Well,
Because all you got to do from Poland, I think, is go a bit further south.
well, I heard there's a good chance that Poland would do something about that, like as in like militarily. And Poland isn't just Poland; that means the fucking EU.
Yeah, because
And
in
Russia
that
at war with
region of
the
the world,
EU. Oh my god!
in that region of the world, at minimum, I know that Poland and Montenegro, and I think Croatia too, are EU members.
And it sounds almost like they want that to happen. It's pretty crazy. Like the leaders of these countries seem like they want that to happen. It's like Russia can't just stop at one part and then go back, right? He was like whatever about Russia, right? I'm sure like Putin's corrupt and all that shit, right? But if they go to a certain point, like all right, we're done. We beat you guys up. We're out of here. Uh, that means they'll just rebuild Ukraine and give them all right. We'll give them better weapons this time and let them try again because we don't care about Ukrainians. We don't care about them. We need them to do their vassal state fucking thing for us.
It's almost like when
And Russia's aware of that.
It's almost like when large-scale military conflict breaks out. There's an entire complex of industry that gets spooled up into action.
Yeah, and it's once again devil worshipping
Only
behavior. Is what it is.
if only somebody tried to warn us about this shit sometime last century.
Well, he didn't have the whole scope because if you leave out
Nowhere near.
psychology, you're not going to get, in my opinion, you're not going to get the answer. Thus, you're doomed to repeat. Let's say, oh, the good guys won. It's all over. We ended all the wars. Yay! And then the guy on the red horse puts his clock up. He's like, when will it break out again? Let's see. I'll give it 15 years. 15 years, they're back to fucking war.
Yeah. I remember when George Carlin did a bit about something pretty similar to this. He said that the average was that the U.S. gets into a major war about every 20 years. Now that shit's completely changed.
Well,
We're basically always meddling somewhere.
I mean, that was already the case, right?
Yeah,
These wars don't
but
happen in isolation.
it's more
right?
painfully obvious now. Yeah.
Yeah, with the internet, we can see more of it, more technology to see these things happening. But
Yep.
yeah.
But not for long if Larry Ellison gets to have his way. Creep.
But for anyone saying like, oh, well, Trump called her a nice lady, this video is older than the things we've shown so far and the things we're gonna show. So this is when he's like still kind of nice about her, but she's got to go though. She's got to go. My boss has told me she's got to go. But all right, let's continue. All right, this is the thing I showed you in the beginning. Marjorie Trader Greene is a disgrace to our great Republican Party. As you can see,
Sit down, Marjorie. Shut up. You're a lesbian.
So let's go through Marjorie Taylor Greene's response. President Trump just attacked me and lied about me. I haven't called him at all, but I did send these text messages today. Apparently, this is what sent him over the edge. The Epstein files. Like, what does that imply, huh? And of course, he's coming after me pause. He's coming after me hard to make an
Double
example
pause.
to scare all the other Republicans before next week's vote to release the Epstein files. It's astonishing, really, how hard he's fighting to stop the Epstein files from coming out, that he actually goes to this level. But really, most Americans wish he would fight this hard to help the forgotten men and women of America who are fed up with foreign wars and foreign causes, are going broke trying to feed their families, and are losing hope of ever achieving the American dream. That's what I voted for. I have supported President Trump with too much of my precious time, too much of my own money, and fought harder for him, even when almost all other Republicans turned their back and denounced him. But I don't worship or serve Donald Trump. I worship God. Jesus is my savior, and I serve my district, 14th District of Georgia, and the American people. I remain the same today as I've always been, and I will continue to pray this administration will be successful because the American people desperately deserve what they voted for. For me, I remain America first and America only. God, what we're dealing with, guys.
Damn.
Why did I highlight all that? What the fuck? You can see the text, I guess, to Donald Trump or from. Maybe it's his. Oh, okay. Right?
EJT.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's a group thing. Either I'll
Go
read
to
it.
the other one.
I can see Natalie. Yeah, for Epstein hoax. Yada yada yada.
It's hard to tell.
I mean, this is tilted right, so maybe it's usually like
Yeah, when it's on the
person's
right
phone.
side of the screen, that's usually from you.
Yeah, but let's read it anyways. Maybe it'll make more sense. I mean, this sounds like Trump, kind of, right? Check the flight logs of Epstein's plane. Bill Clinton is on there like 26 times. Hillary too. For many of us, releasing the Epstein files has always been for the women who were victims of Jeffrey Epstein, but also because we believe that Democrat bad guys like the Clintons were entangled and involved with him. Epstein was the spider that wove the web of the deep state. Lean into it. Okay, maybe it's not even. Might be a message that she sent, I guess. And then you see the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. In every single interview I have done, I have defended President Trump. Okay, this is Marjorie. I have defended President Trump. I've said over and over. The women say he did nothing wrong, and their attorney says he's the only one who helped, which is misleading and not actually true. The guy who did that interview with the lawyer, Derek Burrows, is the guy who did the interview with Brad Edwards, the Epstein victim's lawyer. And he's like, yo, they're taking my work and twisting it like what actually happened to make Trump look good. And guess what? Now they're paying for it, aren't they? The people that twisted that little interview up and made it seem like, Brad Edwards was like, oh my God, Trump, amazing. He fought these guys. He kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. Trump hated him, because he was because Epstein was such a creep for, creeping on these fucking kids and on these girls. Nah. For everyone that ran with that message or bought into that message, I'm sorry, you either got lied to or you're a fucking idiot. Sorry. Or you're a liar yourself. Like you're making up realities to feel better about something when in actuality, no, this guy it doesn't even take hard work, like looking at Trump and the things he says and all that stuff. It's not hard work to notice the guy's full of shit. It's not hard work, dude. Like, come on. But all right, here we go. And the Democrats had 4 years to release the files, but did nothing. Stop ignoring the women. Many of them literally voted for President Trump and say so publicly. Them being raped as teenagers is not a hoax.
As far
It's
as the
kind of a
files
tough one
not
to say.
being released while Biden was president, Jeffrey Epstein still had some legal proceedings going on at the time, or there were some legal proceedings that were still going on around all of that.
Yeah.
So you can't really put that shit out in public while there's a trial going on.
Yeah. But like
I'm not. Well, I'm obviously not defending the I'm obviously not defending the Democratic Party here because I doubt a lot of them would have pushed to release this shit, even if they could.
yeah. Well, let's be real. These guys they're not. It's not about righteousness. They're using it. I mean, I'll leave some wiggle room for like guys like Ro Khanna or Thomas Massey or even Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'll leave some room, a possibility that they mean well. I don't just write people off. I'll leave room for that. But
Well, yeah,
for the
that's what I'm
rest,
talking about. The Democratic Party's leadership definitely wouldn't be pushing to do this.
yeah, the other establishment people on both sides. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They don't care to reveal this, and in fact, they probably don't want it actually out. It's just a political football to use in the moment, right?
Yeah. It's a prop. It's a device.
Yes. Now here's Marjorie
And
Taylor. Good. Good.
I was just gonna say, assuming Marjorie Taylor Greene is being genuine about everything that she's saying here, and that she means everything that comes out of her mouth, I hope this should be as clear a wake up call as anything else that the Republican Party, which is to say the Republican Party's leadership,
Yeah.
they were never America first.
Yeah. And like, honest to God, the right thing to do is like quit, walk away.
Yeah.
Honestly, because
Abandon ship.
well, no, I'm saying like leave your political position, like in the Congress, like leave, because you now realize you're not supposed, like you're not here. You didn't get voted in to figure things out as you go. You got voted in because the idea is that you have the answers, or you figured it out already, like you know what you're doing, right? Clearly, you didn't know anything. Clearly, you didn't know how Trump might react to Epstein files and shit like that, or Israel Gaza. So you need to like kind of like walk away then.
Now, I would love for this to be an impetus for her to rethink a lot of the other shit that she said over time, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that.
Well, I'm just saying. Like honestly, Massey, you should walk away too. Ro Khanna, bye bye. Anyone that does that so-called meaning well, and it took you this long to figure out that these guys are full of shit. You need to like leave and do an IQ test or some shit, bro. Like seriously, this is not difficult.
If it takes somebody this long to figure out that yes, Trump is in the Epstein files, and that no, America First was never a thing, then those people have probably made some deeper errors.
Well, it's like it's too late in the game. Like I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, too little, too late.
It is what it is. Now I'm not going to read all of this, but you can see here I am now being contacted by private security firms with warnings for my safety as a hotbed of threats against me are being fueled and egged on by the most powerful man in the world. He's not the most powerful man, but I get what you're saying. The president is, saying,
"Get
him, guys, get him."
It's effectively the most powerful elected office.
Yeah.
So
it's not
on
real
paper,
power,
yes.
I'm sorry. I'm taking that word
practice,
from them.
No.
I'm taking that word from them. They don't get the word powerful anymore. Fuck those guys. They're weak. They're weak people. Very weak.
Yeah, they're happy to dance on their fucking little marionette strings.
Yeah.
In fact, if you look closely at any videos of Donald Trump talking, you can actually see the little wires coming up out of his elbows and shit.
It is fun. I keep seeing this as like a theme, Joe, here, where it's like the same people that get this fool elected are gonna be the ones that save us from this fool. Over and over, I see Tucker, I see Candace, I see Dave Smith, I see Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey. I'm sure voted for Trump. These guys are gonna be the ones that save us, man.
Even Joe Rogan is stepping out of his
Rogan. There you go.
Yeah, only very, very tepidly so, but he is occasionally stepping out of his little fucking Austin cave. To very tepidly criticize him every once in a while.
Yeah. Now we're gonna read the, I guess, reactions from the other weirdos that exist on the internet and content creation and all that stuff. Here's Matt Gaetz saying, I love Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Massey, Tucker, and even those I feel are too accommodating to the worst decisions made by Israel's government. What? Made by Israel's government. Okay. I won't be
Holy
bailed.
crap, Lois! Quagmire's on Twitter.
I
I'm
won't.
sorry, but Matt Gaetz looks like a real life Quagmire.
His morality is a fucking quagmire for himself. But he continues to say, I won't be baited into attacking friends and leaders in our movement because some people disagree on some things. Like, Matt, are you, like, blind or are you outside? Like, we're not talking about, Trump wore a blue tie on a Republican show. This is about actual corruption.
Yeah, this is about shit that gets fucking babies murdered.
I mean, the topic is about a rape ring, a sex trafficking ring, and the guy's name keeps coming up, and he's openly and blatantly trying to shut the fucking thing down. It's not a matter of blue tie or red tie, Matt Gaetz, but something tells me he knows that. Something tells me he, just like Tucker knows, when they do this like soft defense of the Trump administration, or maybe not his administration, but the character Trump himself. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, but
I'm gonna say something similar to Matt Gaetz if he, for some bizarre reason, trips over this video somehow.
he won't. But
Well,
he hasn't found his conscience
improbable,
yet.
but not
let alone-
impossible.
He hasn't found his fucking conscience yet, let alone a fucking YouTube video. But go ahead.
Well, either way, assuming that you actually believe what you just wrote in this tweet, understand something, Matt. They were not your friends. They never were. These relationships are almost entirely transactional.
I'll leave possible room for Marjorie and Massey and Tucker Carlson, but Trump, sorry. And honestly,
Yeah.
I think Matt Gaetz is on the payroll as well. I think he does. He knows what he's doing. He's here to protect them.
He wasn't Trump's first pick for attorney general by accident.
Yeah. They got caught doing the
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, Jordan, but there's it's a very sad story with that 17-year-old girl, actually. Apparently she was homeless for quite some time.
I've heard.
But that's outside the scope of this video.
All right. Let's continue. More. Once again, I think Matt Gaetz full of shit. I'm going with this guy's full of shit as well. Cat turd.
It's
We all have to get behind a primary opponent for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Does this guy's real account? I know. It is.
That's his verified Twitter profile. Fucking 40-something-year-old man who just he does nothing but this all day.
Yeah. You can buy those.
wish I
Though. You can buy the blue check marks, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like $8 a month, but this is his like actual Twitter account that he uses for everything, and this is what he does all day.
The funny thing is that like the whole point, like the whole like story that this is all surrounding is the Epstein thing. That these guys are screaming the loudest that they want, and the president is openly trying to shut it down. Openly. Like this is a fucking IQ test for fans of these guys, of Matt Gaetz, of Cat Turd, of Laura fucking Loomer. These are fucking IQ tests. Like, hey, this will decide like who's like really about this shit and who's full of shit and working for the White House secretly. Your Tim Pools, your Benny Johnsons. Guess what? Your Charlie Kirks. They get the phone call. And they're like, hey, listen there, Charlie. Yeah, shut it down, bro. No more Epstein stuff. Shut it down. That's what fucking happens. Shut it down, bro. Come on, Charlie. Shut it down. And they shut it down. Charlie will get on his fucking show and say, hey, listen, guys. Maybe we're talking too much about this Epstein stuff. We should focus on America first.
And I'm going
Like
to
a
trust
good
my
spokesman.
friends in the government to handle this quietly. I'm paraphrasing him, but that's basically what he said.
Yes. I trust Kash Patel, I trust Pam Bondi, and I trust our president. Oh,
So before any,
fuck.
and because we just invoked the name of the recently deceased, I'm gonna say this right now because I know some dipshit out there is gonna try to peddle this around. Charlie Kirk was not murdered because of something he was gonna do concerning the Epstein files. He was not murdered because he was about to fucking turn against Israel and start baring his teeth at Netanyahu.
It.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but real life
Sorry to
is
say.
it's just not that exciting.
Yeah. It's quite sad. Quite sad. Apparently,
Yeah,
people didn't care enough to actually listen to Charlie when he was alive. Except for us, apparently. Instead, everyone's just writing his story for him. Apparently, kind of crazy.
and that's why I'm gonna fucking say this until I'm fucking millipede food 6 feet in the dirt. He was not a hero. He was not some great truth teller. He was a fucking he was a fucking kid who found an easy way to make money by cozying up to billionaires and peddling a narrative to stupid people. And the reason he was able to do that as easily as he did is because his daddy, who was an architect, did a bunch of projects for Trump at one point. I think this was back in the 90s or the 2000s. So Charlie was a fucking mark for himself. That's all.
Yeah, and once again, without the dad, even like just spouting the narratives and repeating them would be enough to boost the guy. It could be,
Yeah,
but they'd rather have someone
and
like in house, most likely, right?
yeah, and I wish more people would understand this. A lot of the popularity that people like Ben Shapiro were also getting like 10 years ago, none of that shit is not organic. You can very, very easily pay for that shit if you got deep enough pockets.
Yeah, and you probably already have teams and
Oh
dad
yeah.
writing. Ben Shapiro owns, right? But here's
Oh yeah.
another.
Like I said, there's an entire industry built around this shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is what I do on my channel, Joe. Like I beg for people, like, hey guys, I understand if you get tricked by something. I'm sure we've all been tricked by one thing or another. But the point is to learn from that mistake and never let it happen again. I can't just take Ben Shapiro, do $2 million, sorry, $30 million worth of plastic surgery, change his whole face, change his religion, change his outfit, make him taller, put a beard on him, and let him do the same thing again. You can't allow the trick to happen ever again in any arena. If they're talking about right-wing politics, left-wing politics, it's the same thing at the core. They're bullshitting you, and if you're not looking for, if your fucking antennas aren't fucking on, you're gonna be tricked again. It's gonna lead to more. You're just burying yourself deeper and deeper. Like honestly, so it's like, don't fall
Because
for this shit ever again. I don't care if it's a friend
otherwise
down the
you're
street or it's fucking politician on TV. Like, don't ever fall for that shit ever again.
if you do, you're just
Fuck.
as likely to end up somewhere in Vosh's audience while he funnels you back into the Democratic Party as you are to fucking
Yeah.
end up in Tim Pool's audience. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably shouldn't have picked Tim Pool because I don't have any on hand examples of shit that he said besides Trump is a good president. I need to go back to paying attention to him more. Either way, you understand my larger point, right?
Yeah. I
'Cause
understand.
there's a spectrum of ideas that this ruling class of very wealthy people has decided that we're allowed to talk about. You can go from here to here, but not outside. Color outside the lines, you get in trouble.
As you can see here, the last thing I'll read here from Laura from You Got Loomered. I told President Trump and his staff in 2022 that Marjorie Taylor Greene was bad news and that she would turn on Trump. She didn't on the surface she didn't turn on Trump. It's obvious that Trump turned on her for wanting the Epstein stuff. And her statements about Israel and Gaza, right?
And that's something else I wish more people would understand about Trump and really other people like him who are just in that general circle.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a friend to them. You are not their. You are not their friend. You never will be. Everything is transactional.
Yeah.
Everything is a calculation. They have no problem chucking you under the bus.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it gets them ahead.
Now listen, Laura Loomer, like she's actually is like a dumb person. She's actually stupid, but right, I think it's a miscalculation, in my opinion, to view her as some sort of like villainous character, just like Trump, as like putting this like villain thing on top of them. I think that's the wrong way to look at it. Like it's like she's an idiot on purpose, or like the thing she says, it's meant to do something. And if you end up taking them seriously as like real villains when you treat them like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe that she's actually like this. If that makes sense.
I'll put it this way. If Trump is the crime boss in this scenario, Laura Loomer is just part of the goon squad.
Yeah,
she's the guy that says, "Oh yeah, the boss said to go over here." If Trump is Rocky,
sorry.
If Trump is Rocky, then Laura Loomer is Muggsy.
Well, it's like,
understand, audience? I hope you do.
I mean, I don't believe that they're actual, like, it feels more like an act than it does, like it's almost like, damn, Laura Loomer really believes that? Fuck Laura Loomer, she really believes that. I don't think she really believes that. Oh, Trump, he really believes that, bro? Fuck that guy, because then you end up entering in it with a sense of good faith of like, okay, I'm debating Donald Trump on his ideas, right? Like, oh, because he believes these things. Meanwhile, it's like, no, I don't think he does. And you end up diagnosing like certain events you see in the world as, oh, they made a mistake. He said he was going to do this, but he made a mistake and accidentally blew up a hospital. Like, no, those aren't mistakes either. It's not mistakes. Yeah. They don't mean to like do these things. Like, the characters I have to call as like not their actual real personalities and motives.
They've already decided what they want to do. Everything else is a justification or a rationalization.
This is the thing I get mad at Dave Smith for, because he's debating people that are blatantly lying to him and the audience, and never calls it out. And it's like, hey man, you're not engaging in a debate about what Josh Hammer thinks about fucking Israel. You're not actually engaging in that. Josh Hammer's job here is to lie and do PR to make sure it looks okay to blow up children in Gaza. That's
you're
what his
debating a
job
cartoon
is.
at that point.
Yeah,
you are debating a cartoon at that point. And if Dave trips over this video somehow, I'm asking a hell of a lot for all these people to just trip over this video. But Dave, if you see this for some reason, understand something. It's an act. It is all an act.
A bad one too.
The kind of good faith you're giving them, they don't deserve it. That shit has to be earned.
Well, I mean, I'll say that, like, the idea of quote unquote acting, I yes, but in the sense of it's more of like there's ulterior motives than just the things we're seeing on the surface. That's what I get from these motherfuckers, seemingly like all day and night. And I'm sorry I can't take them as serious. Like, hey man, I have to find out if you're a liar first before I even debate about communism or foreign policy or something. I can't. It's hard to engage because I feel like that person's a fucking liar. But if I was debating Laura Loomer, I'd be like, I want to showcase if you're a liar first. Let's start there. Like, all right, in 2000, yada yada yada, you said this, but now you're saying this. What happened? Well,
And this is the other thing with Laura Loomer. She's a fucking mark for herself too. She's an attention whore.
See, Joe, now you're doing it right there. That's you doing that right there, dude. She's an attention whore. It's like you're doing that shit right there, dude. I can't go there. I'm like, yo, I don't believe anything about you at this point with Laura Loomer. Like, how could I believe anything about you? How do I know this isn't bullshit for whatever other reason? I can't just go, oh, Laura Loomer, she just hates Muslims. I don't know even know. I don't know if that's the case. How am I supposed to know? I've seen her live at so many other things. Like, how do I know that's true? Because it feels good to say? Because it makes her look bad? No, I have to actually ask these questions. Like, do you actually hate Muslims, or is this about like some other shit?
Well, she's now I'm the word loosely is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting here, but loosely speaking, she's a journalist by trade, isn't she?
I sure.
Maybe a commentator would be a
Hard
label.
quotes around the word journalist right there. Hard quotes.
Yeah, that's why I just said the word loosely is going to be doing some serious fucking heavy lifting. And what game are you in when you're in that realm? When fuck journalists now. She's a commentator and she's an activist.
No, she's not an activist either. She's an influencer. Let's call her that.
Actually, fuck what I just said. Influencer is perfect. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't happen upon that one first, but either way, she's an influencer.
Mhm.
And what is the number one rule of the game when you're a fucking influencer? To get attention.
Yeah.
And especially in this particular space, far-right politics, where the current tactic of choice is to just be as obnoxious, as possible, or try to appear like you were way ahead of the curve on something.
Yeah, I don't think she's on the right either, but go ahead.
Well, but she's pandering to that audience, is what I'm saying.
Yes, she's definitely doing that, but I'm not sure what she actually believes in, because she comes off as so plastic and false.
That's the beauty of it, Jordan, and that's also the dirty secret. You don't have to believe. You don't got to believe in dick to play in that space.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't have to actually believe in a goddamn thing.
Exactly. And people need to start actually calling out things in that direction. Like, hey, I need to understand, does this person actually believe what they're saying first? Like, that really needs to be like brought to the fucking table. Like, does this person actually believe? They could put out all the tweets all they want. They can wear all the t-shirts with logos or hats with logos on it. They can do that all they fucking want, all day and night. But do they actually believe what they're saying? That has to happen first. Otherwise, what discussion are you actually going to have? No matter what you say, as Dave found out with Douglas Murray, no matter what you say, he's going to fall on one side of the argument, no matter what. And guess what? Real people don't do that shit. Real motherfuckers don't do that shit.
I would hope they don't.
They don't. It's like, these are hired guns, hired for a job to say certain things and to lean in certain directions. Nothing authentic about it.
It's being a digital mercenary.
Essentially.
So this also goes for the Tim Pools, Dave Rubins, the fucking Ben Shapiro's, actually, too.
Yeah. I mean, like,
every ideological framework that they come up with and try to sell to you. And you know what? I'm going to say the same shit about Steven Crowder as well.
You should, in my opinion.
It's not really an ideology. It's a justification.
I just call it that more thing.
Well, it's a justification. It's a way for them to rationalize what they're trying to sell you.
It's
like, do you really think that Steven Crowder gives a fuck if two dudes decide to get married and be miserable in the same house? Not really.
Exactly. People doesn't give a shit about that.
Do you think Laura Loomer really gives a fuck about really gives a fuck about creating a white nation?
I mean, I don't think that's Laura Loomer's take.
Maybe
Is it? I don't know.
she's professed to be a white nationalist and a proud Islamophobe before,
Okay.
but these people, and this is where it can get a little muddy. It can get a little muddy because sometimes they kind of sort of believe in it, but only as far as that paycheck will take them.
Yeah.
So there is admittedly a bit of a gray area, but broadly speaking, what I've found to be the case generally is that a lot of these fuckers are just in it for the money or attention, which is usually just a means toward money.
These fools, I'd have to ask them like regular person questions. But hey, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite movie? That's how I'd have to actually deal with Laura Loomer. Although, like, I'm sure the fans would be pissed off. Like, why don't you destroy her? It means nothing, dude. It means something, but it almost feels meaningless sometimes because once again, if Dave Smith is on some sort of show debating Laura Loomer, Laura's gonna sit there and eat all the fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Dave's gonna bring up certain
Because she's
political topics.
She's still getting eyeballs ultimately at the end because of that.
Well, it's not even about the eyeball. It's more of, hey guys, take your frustrations out on Laura Loomer. Pause. It feels like you won something. Like things are changing now because look, Laura Loomer got destroyed by Dave Smith. Things are better now. Meanwhile, it's like
it's no different from those
Oh.
fucking ownage compilations that Charlie got popular for on TikTok.
yeah, it's like an alleviation rather than an actual.
Yeah.
It's any substance behind the
WWE.
actual thing going down.
It's WWE. And not only is it WWE, it's like present day WWE. Really, really, really bad. It is horrible.
I agree. Don't say that too loud because you know who will show up. So don't be too loud. You know that Brett will show up. Talk too loudly about WWE.
It's, he who shall not be named.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's theater and it's basically digital blood sport.
Well, there's a thing about it of getting people to feel like kind of like a
Yeah.
cathartic thing, or like they feel alleviated. Like
It's
Lord
a
Loomer
circus
got
where-
owned.
Yeah, it's a circus where everybody wants to kick the fucking clown car.
It's like,
And I'll admit it. I like to see a little blood sport. It can be fun.
but like, okay, you see something like Dave Smith and Douglas Murray, right? And Douglas Murray gets utterly embarrassed, not because of Dave's arguments. He embarrasses himself. He looks bad. He looks stupid. He looks arrogant. All that shit, right? And the audience is letting him know, you fucking suck. What does Douglas Murray do? He hops on a podcast with Sam. Why am I fucking his name up? Sam Harris. He hops on a podcast with that guy, and like nothing happened. Just repeats all the same talking points, and even tries to tackle the same discussion again a little bit. Right? He's being made fun of by the #1 podcast in the world. Right? Have you ever been? Right? They're making fun of him and all that shit. And it's like,
Oh,
but there was
fuck.
no break in stride from Douglas Murray. Not a flinch. Don't regular people flinch a little bit? Like, especially where it's something where it's like kind of like obvious, not the right, like your assessment
Hope they
is
would
not
flinch, but
correct.
It's
Douglas
hard
Murray.
to say.
It's like in your face, like it's Douglas Murray saying it's green over there, but really it's red, and everyone sees it as red. And everyone gets out of Douglas Murray's way as he does a whole, dissertation about how green it is when it's actually red. Everyone sees red except for him, and there's just no shame. He just comes back onto Sam Harris's podcast and say, "Oh, these guys, they just don't understand. They've never been there." And it's like, I don't know, like who behaves like that? Who does that? It's like that's why I'm like,
Jordan.
there's no,
Jordan.
like, it is what it is. They will eat the rotten tomatoes. They will have the crowd throw rotten fucking vegetables at them and rotten fruit at them while they eat shit. Like as they're eating shit, don't worry, you're not looking at other things that are happening.
I don't think the mic picked it up, but Ireland just grumbled. I think my dog is fucking tired of this bullshit.
I agree.
She's had enough of this clown show. Isn't that right, Ireland? You've had enough of the Alex Jones show for one lifetime.
Oh no, we're about to watch some Alex Jones soon. Don't worry about that.
Oh, shit.
After this video, then. All right, let's finish this thing. Okay, I told the public in 2021, 4 years ahead of the curve on Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of the most wicked women I've ever met. Don't tell me the signs were never there. What did she do? On the surface, she complained about kids being blown up, I guess Christians being blown up, and she wants the Epstein files. And Laura Loomer, professional villain, professional character of a villain, future Pentagon press corps, she she's gonna tell you how bad Marjorie Taylor Greene. I told you guys. See, look. And like, I have to, like, who believes this woman? I couldn't believe that she has actual fans. Because it's not just that her takes are horrible. It's that she's also like stupid too. She's stupid. She's not charismatic. Like, nothing about this woman is likable. I don't get it. Like, for like the average audience member, like, who is into this lady? I don't get it. I really don't. Unless you're a devil worshiper too, I don't see any reason for you to be like, you know, a fan of Laura fucking Loomer. It makes no fucking sense. But whatever. Let's leave it there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. Please let it be known in the comments. The main gist of this video was definitely about, just kind of like a just blatant IQ test. If you were still on the Trump train, all right. If you were on the Trump train, I assume you're on the Marjorie Taylor Greene train as well as like a regular person. If you're not some like devil worshipping business guy, you're just a regular person. And I love Trump. He's gonna save the world. He's ending wars. He's gonna root out corruption. That means you have to like Marjorie Taylor Greene most likely, like on the surface. There's no way you fall for this where they're calling her a traitor, right, guys? There's no fucking way you fall for that. I hope. But if you do, Lord bless you. And you can tell me in the comment section if you feel like. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. All opinions are welcome there as well, so please do so. And everything I showed you in this video will be linked in that same description box for if you don't want to hear us talking, you just want to go through the fucking sources, go ahead. I mean, they're not really there's just fucking tweets, right, and some videos. But still, I post it anyway so you can look at it for yourself. So please do so. Take advantage of that. And with all that said, please give this video a thumbs down.